Here's something you may not know. A house that leaks a lot of air loses energy quickly, but it also contributes to poor indoor air quality. It can also increase the chances of moisture problems affecting the home's sturdiness as well as the occupant's health. Bob, we just finished putting the blower door in place. Explain what this does.
Blower door assembly primarily measures air leakage, and it gives us a unit of measurement, tells us how leaky or how tight a house might be. It's also measuring pressure on the house too, so we can tell whether or not there's negative or positive pressure on the house.
Why is it important to find those air leaks?
If there are big holes in the house or the building envelope, it can be a comfort problem. It can allow rodents in the house and can really drive up your energy costs.
Now, when you fire this up, you have some expectations or things that you're looking for from this blower door test?
Correct, yeah. So house built in the 70s like this one, we would anticipate to be somewhere around 1,500 CFM. It's just a number that tells us how much air this is actually pulling out.
Okay.
So it's measuring all the leaks in the house as one big leak, and it gives us that one number.
Where are areas that you say, kind of target, there are the usual suspects?
So the low-hanging fruit are chimney chases, soil stacks, electrical penetrations, bath fans. These can be big, large holes open to the attic, which is going to be a big energy waster.
Is there a better time of the year to do a blower door test for a consumer?
Not really. We do these all year round. The only thing that we look for is a difference in outside temperature to inside temperature of at least 5 to 10 degrees, so we can get good infrared pictures from our camera.
What are you going to be looking for when you turn this on?
So there's a couple different ways we look for air leaks. The infrared camera sort of pinpoints us to where the leak is. We use the smoke pencil primarily around windows and doors, so that's where most of the drafts are in people's homes.
Okay, and from the blower door test, then you're able to put, for the homeowner here, you'll put together a report that really zeroes in on where the air leakage is.
Correct. They get a full 15-page comprehensive report with infrared scans, digital photographs of exactly what's leaking and where and how it gets fixed.
Can we fire it
Sure,
up and
you
take
bet.
a look?
You bet.
The Department of Energy says homeowners can do their own version of a blower door test by shutting all the doors and windows at a home and turning on all the vents. Homeowners can then walk around and feel for air leaks around doors and windows with their hands. All right, Bob, with the blower door test so far, what are you finding?
Well, we're looking at the windows and doors with the blower door running, and we're looking for air leaks. So far, the windows look pretty good. They've all been recently replaced. There was some question about this particular window and the one opposite on the other side of the patio door. And this is an original fixed window, so it doesn't open and close. So these historically are pretty tight. As I run my smoke pencil along the bottom of this window, you can see how the smoke just kind of lingers. It doesn't really go anywhere. Really no air leaks in this window whatsoever.
And if there was, you'd see that smoke.
Yes, you'd see it move.
Yeah. So that tells you that there's not leakage
This
here.
window is not leaking. So the concern is, if you look at the bottom, there's like a staining along the bottom. So there's a fair amount of moisture that builds up on the base of this particular window. There are often misconceptions with windows. Oftentimes when they install brand new windows, the moisture on the windows is worse because the house is tighter. So there's less places for moisture to get out. We want to control moisture in the house by having enough ventilation power to remove it as fast as it gets created. At that point, we rely on indoor ventilation, bath fans, kitchen range hoods, and so on.
Okay, so this is a ventilation issue. As you look around initially with the blower door test, any other things that pop right now for you?
The kitchen range hood currently does not vent to the outside. This does have a gas burner on its stove. It does emit carbon monoxide, so we're going to recommend that this be vented outside to help control some of the CO and then also the moisture in the house.
A home under construction is the easiest to prevent air leaks because you can build the home airtight and then introduce an air exchanger to circulate the air. An existing home is a little harder. You won't be able to stop all the air leaks, but you should be able to reduce them by about 20 to 30%. All right, Bob, what are you seeing with the thermal imaging gun?
We're looking for primarily air leakage and insulation deficiencies. So right off the bat, I can tell you, the blue color in my camera indicates colder temperatures. It's about 55, 60 degrees outside right now. And then the warmer temperatures are orange and yellow. So wherever you see blue in this picture on my camera, you're going to see colder temperatures, and this is all related to air leakage, especially along the top right here. As we step back a little bit, you can see this big blue square.
Yeah.
And I would suspect there may be a little bit of missing insulation there.
Okay. So up there along that, it looks like right along the seam there.
Exactly. Yeah, so this is actually a pretty easy, inexpensive repair. A homeowner can do this very easily. They could take some clear paintable silicone caulk and run a bead from the top of the walls that touches the slope ceiling and run it all the way across, and it'll actually fix a lot of this stuff right here. So this is one of the biggest leaks on this particular wall, so it'd be well worth doing. To cost you, maybe $5 to $10 to do this wall.
And again, the homeowner can do that. It's something very practical.
Absolutely, you bet. So as we continue on, you can see where it gets a little darker.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got more air leakage. In this sofa right here, you might feel a little cold chill in the back of your neck. It's not lack of insulation in the wall, it's air leaking along the top of the wall. Okay. So another fix for this is dropping the soffit outside, which on this particular house, what we're going to do, we're going to spray foam the top of this wall with closed-cell spray foam and put the soffit back. So you can see the air leakage in the corner there. It's pretty pronounced. So as we come along the top of this gable end wall, you can actually see some leakage around this post, and then you've got some moisture dripping up there too, and that's going to be an indication of condensation from air leakage. Okay.
Boy, and that thermal imaging really shows up, doesn't it?
It does a great job. It takes all the guesswork out of this. It also gives us the temperature here. This is about 68 degrees. So it's about a 6-degree difference from the air leakage to the inside temperature. So as we scan around toward the front into the kitchen, you can see where it gets quite a bit darker. This back wall right here is the coldest wall in the house, and it's going to need the most work. Air seal the exterior wall top plates with closed-cell spray foam by dropping the soffits on the outside of the house.
And that's really amazing, Bob, as you take a look at that with the blower door test, with your thermal imaging gun, really shows where the leakages are, but also in terms of the homeowner, they can apply, and you said some silicone, something they can do very, very simply on their own.
They can, and you can find all this stuff at your local hardware store.
Well, that's amazing to see, Bob. And I know you're going to head up to the attic and take a look. One of the things you're going to be interested in looking at the insulation up there. And speaking of insulation, there are rebates offered for insulation. Check with your local utility company for more information. Here's something you may not know. Thermal bridging is heat loss around uninsulated areas of home, such as windows and doors, or where the wall meets the floor. Thermal bridging is just one of the problems a home energy audit may uncover.